DC Vigilante here. First of all, it's looking like it's going to be a great new year. So, and I just want to show you this, right? For instance, right, we have this, and we have what I like to call the complete saga. Okay, the complete. It doesn't involve anything that that Disney has done. And I'm going to, for the last wee bit, just talk about Disney. Then I'm going to go on to DC. And I am so relieved that every time I turn on the YouTube channels, all I see is Skywalker fall, the money fall down, right? And it's such a relief. For somebody, as you know, if you've been watching my previous videos, for somebody that grew up watching Star Wars and buying everything in the books and everything else, and the lore and the games and the DVDs and whatever, the minute I saw Force Awakens, I knew this wasn't my Star Wars. This was rubbish. And then more and more fans who come to the senses, we all started spoiling the stories for each other, and we're glad, we're actually happy that the films were getting spoiled, so we didn't have to give money to Disney. And if you remember when Avengers came out, people were getting really upset about spoilers, but not now, not Disney. Star Wars, oh no, they were okay for it to get it spoiled. I didn't really see many fights coming out, and as I say, because I invested so many DVDs and programs and documentaries about stuff, you know, and I was really hurt that the people were treating these characters badly. Now, here's the thing, right? You can all say, well, we watched Man of Steel and we thought that the character in Man of Steel, Superman, was wrong, that wasn't my Superman, and that's what fandom is all about, okay? It's having an opinion. Mine doesn't have to, I mean, I loved Man of Steel, that's why I created the Facebook page, DC Fan Gives Hope, or before it was Man of Steel Fan Gives Hope, it was just DC Vigilante. But when I created that, it's because I was sick of DC fans just coming out and not liking it, because for me they were stuck in the past with the Christopher Reeve movies, and as I say, they've got the right to say that. But for me as well, it was a lack of investigating and actually seeing it, and actually seeing and investigating what the story was trying to tell you. Star Wars is a different matter, okay? George Lucas created the characters, he created a galaxy, he created laws for it, and Disney just destroyed the legacy in the books. Not like, for me, Man of Steel. It kept the core of Man of Steel, what I believe Superman to be. You know, it didn't create weird powers. It was being real. Didn't have the Death Star somehow surviving, and people, let's not go into it. But again, I'm going over it. People are have the rights. But what makes this new year so great is that the fandom has grown strong. Right? I felt like Emperor Palpatine now. Is that over just a few hashtags, over just a few, tweets and stuff like that, we have grown, fandom have grown very powerful. Okay, I've seen interviews with J.J. Abrams talking about a group of fans called the Fandom Menace on YouTube, which is basically that wee hashtag, right? Talking about the complaints about Star Wars and how they're trying, they can't please everybody. No, but it's so easy to keep the majority happy. And then we've got, of course, released the Snyder Cut, okay, that's making the committees think twice. Okay, we have Disney now getting rid of Kathleen Kennedy. Okay, they had a lot of great directors, they had a lot of great people that knew Star Wars, but no, Disney had an agenda. They were going to do it, they wanted that way. Warner Brothers had these rubbish people behind the scenes in charge that didn't know what they were doing. They had my favourite writer, Jeff Johns, wanting to be the next Kevin Feige, wanting to make DC movies like Marvel and everything else, taking away the creativity. And all the lies that Disney have spouted out, but George Lucas not getting the script, not ever writing the script. She's been found out. The lesbian kiss, which happened in the background, was cut off for China. So they didn't really stand for anything, has been shoved in their faces. The treatment of Zack Snyder when his daughter committed suicide, the way he was handled, the way Warner Brothers is trying to suss it up, the people in front of the cameras, behind the cameras of Zack Snyder, they've all came out and said, and thanks to the fans, that we're getting justice. And I've looked at posts on Facebook and stuff, and there was one post and one guy was writing after the Excalibur posts that was made by Zack Snyder. Basically, for me, it was telling us that we've done it, we've got the Holy Grail. But you'll have this person who made a post about, Zack Snyder's using Excalibur, but we'll never get it. Warner Brothers won't release it. I don't know why they're wasting your time. Then you had comments below saying, I wish Zack Snyder would move past Justice League. I didn't really care for Justice League. Why should he not concentrate on other films? And I'm thinking, hello? You can see this post on my Facebook, okay? I wrote in as Kal-El, and I says, have you had done your investigation? Have you actually done investigative journalism before? You would find out that Justice League that Zack Snyder made is a completely different movie. You would have found out that it's actually done and it's finished. And the majority of people behind and in front of the camera are basically saying more probably it will come out pretty soon. And you're here saying that Zack Snyder should move on when he himself was passionate about the project that worked. Right? Even when his daughter had committed suicide, he just wanted to get it out and he wasn't. And at the same time, he was dealing with that grief. You had directors pulling and tearing about his masterpiece, tearing away his artwork. So should he be angry? Of course he should. Every director should be angry if you have a committee coming down on you and forcing you to change how you should make a movie. We had Joker director coming out and talking about how he wanted to make the Joker movie, and because of the committee knew about Joker pajamas, he said maybe you couldn't because kids wear it. And he said, what, you think we should make a movie based on kids pajamas? That's not how you make an independent movie. Then of course the committee kept on changing, so he kept on having to sell his movie over and over again, trying to get the go ahead. But now fans in the audience have spoke up. We want this. Fans out there weren't ready for BVS, and sure, they had been like drowned in Marvel kiddie stuff, right? But now, thanks to the Joker, thanks to fans out there that have educated more and more people, right? That have educated people about Star Wars, about how George Lucas was betrayed, and how he was lied to, and how he wrote the scripts. They were educated about Zack and his things. The fandom is fighting back. And next year sounds like it's going to be a great new year, because the way things are looking, especially for me, Disney has had a kick in the ass by the Disney film Star Wars not doing as well as they should. And you could argue till you're blue in the face to me, it doesn't matter. We are talking about Skywalker. Yes, those films that hardly had Skywalker in it, because they had some sort of feminist agenda, which these films should have made Avengers money, right? But each film that came out went down. Fans have lost interest in the Disney producing Star Wars movies. Okay, they have spoken out in anger against the treatment of their characters. And Zack Snyder's people have spoke anger against creativity and the way they handled it. So next year's going to be a good year, because I believe, thanks to the fandoms out there, we're going to get justice for Zack Snyder, and we're going to get justice for George Lucas. You know, so, and it's all down to you guys and girls out there that are passionate, that don't care if they defend something, or if you stand alone in your opinion. Stand up for your opinion. Don't be like a lemming and follow the crowds. Be your own. And who knows, like the black and white movie 12 Angry Men, look it up. It just takes one man, one person, one woman, right, to change the minds of many. Thank you. This has been DC Vigilante. Have a great new year.